Guys, these look like a pair of sunglasses, but plug them into your phone, tablet, laptop, console, or even some drone controllers, and suddenly you've got what feels like a massive cinema screen right in front of your face. These are the RayNeo Air 4 Pros, and they're claiming something pretty big. They're claiming to be the world's first HDR10 display in AR glasses. Now, that all sounds pretty impressive on paper, right? But the real question is simple. Do they feel good to use in real life? So if you want to see whether these are just another clever gadget or something you'd actually use for movies, gaming, travel, and even immersive drone flying, stick around. I'll be back in just a few seconds. What's up YouTube? Dave here with Seen Through a Lens, and thanks for stopping by the channel. We make lifestyle videos and all things tech, so if that's your kind of thing, then please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking on the bell icon so you could be notified of new videos. So guys, today we're taking a look at the RayNeo Air 4 Pros. Now, if you've never used AR glasses like this before, the idea is fairly simple. You plug them into a compatible device using USB-C, and instead of watching content on a small phone, a tablet, a laptop, or even a handheld screen, you get this huge virtual display sitting right in front of you. Now, RayNeo says that these give you up to 201 inches of virtual screen. And the clever bit here is that it all comes from something that looks more like a pair of sunglasses rather than a huge, bulky headset. And that's what makes these interesting. Now, these aren't trying to be or trying to replace a full VR headset. They're not about that. They're more about giving you a private, portable cinema-style display that you can carry around and use in everyday situations. Now guys, before we get into it, RayNeo did send these over to me for me to take a look at and for me to give you my honest opinion. And guys, you know that whatever I review, you're always going to get my honest opinion, good, bad, or indifferent. So let's get these out of the box and see what we have. Now guys, open up the box and we get some paperwork. Now, I know nobody wants to read paperwork, and to be fair, you can just put these on and they are plug and play. But you know what? It's always worth having a little glance. Now guys, you also get a spare nose piece, and then you get the glasses themselves in their carry case, which also houses a USB-C to USB-C cable to connect the RayNeos to a compatible device. And when I say compatible, that's a phone, tablet, computer, or games console, or even Google's video player, or anything that supports video over USB-C. Now guys, first impressions, and they do look pretty smart. They kind of have that sunglasses vibe and style to them. And you know what? They don't really feel like you're putting a massive headset on your face. They're fairly lightweight as well, coming in at around 76 grams. And like I said, you've got this adjustable nose pad and flexible template, so you can get the fit feeling just right. Now guys, I do wear glasses for reading, so I was pretty interested to see how I'd get on with these. But do you know what? Because of the way, I don't know, the image is projected or something like that, I don't need my reading glasses while using them. And honestly, that was really welcome. It makes the whole experience feel a bit more relaxed, because you know what? I'm not messing around trying to wear glasses under glasses or constantly adjusting things to get the picture sharp. It's strange, as when I wear a VR headset, I do still feel like I need my glasses. But you know what? I don't know why. With the RayNeos, I didn't need to wear glasses. So you know what? That's a good thing for glasses wearers. Now guys, the first thing you notice when you put these on is the size of the screen. I'm going to tell you now, it's genuinely impressive. It feels like you've got a huge display floating in front of you. And if you're watching a film, YouTube, gaming, or just using them as an external display, it's a much more immersive experience than looking down at your phone or tablet. Now, the RayNeo Air 4 uses micro-OLED displays with a 1920 by 1080p resolution per eye and a 46-degree field of view. Now, these bad boys also run at 120 Hz, so you know what? Movement feels really smooth, which is especially useful if you're gaming or watching fast-moving content. But guys, the big headline here is HDR10. Yes, These RayNeos have partnered with Pixelworks to develop the Vision 4000 chip, and that's what helps deliver HDR10 with visuals with 10.7 billion colours. I mean, that's a lot of colours, right? Now, to put that into real world terms, the differences in the contrast, the brightness, and the way the image pops. So, in HDR, content highlights feel brighter, darker areas have more depth, and colours have a bit more depth to them. If you're watching a movie, put standard SDR next to HDR10 and you should see the HDR difference. Has more contrast, more colour depth, and just feels more cinematic. They're not just about making the screen bigger, they're about making the screen feel better and more immersive. Now, RayNeo also includes AI SDR to HDR upscaling. So you know what, even standard content can be enhanced in real time, and that's useful, not because everything you watch will be proper HDR content. It won't. But if you're watching older films, YouTube videos, or standard content, the glasses can still try to give you more punch and contrast. And guys, you've also got RayNeo's HueView 2.0 system, which uses a multi-layer optical coating to reduce glare and improve visual purity. Now, RayNeo says that gives you around 30% boost in visual purity, and combined with the latest tandem micro-OLED display, you're getting up to 1200 nits of brightness. And you know what? Brightness is important with AR glasses because if the image is too dim, it quickly ruins the experience. And with these, I found the image looked clean, bright, and easy to watch. Now guys, color-wise, they cover around 98% of DCI P3 and 145% of sRGB with a delta E of less than 2. So colors are not just punchy, they're also designed to be accurate. Now, I know all those figures are figures and figures, right? At the end of the day, you got to wear these and, you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, I don't want this to become a whole video kind of spec sheet because honestly, that's not how anyone's going to use these, right? No one's going to be looking at the specs, not really. The better way to look at this is, can I sit and watch a full movie with these on, right? Can I get an immersive experience? Can I get a comfortable experience? And do they look good? And for me, yes, I watched a full movie and I didn't feel that eye fatigue that you sometimes get from VR headsets and other glasses. Or I didn't feel that I need to take these off now afterwards, right? This was one of the biggest surprises. They're obviously still something sitting on your face. But you know what? Once you've got the fit right, they were genuinely comfortable to use for longer sessions. And the clip-on light cover helps a lot as well. I mean, if you're somewhere bright or you just want to block out distractions and focus on the screen, clipping these on is going to block everything out and give you a much closer feel to a private cinema setup. And that's especially good for traveling, sitting in bed, or watching something without putting on a TV or just switching off from everything around you. Now guys, something else I really like is that these are plug and play, right? There's no battery built into these glasses, right? Which is great, as batteries are heavy, but you know what? No battery definitely adds to the comfort factor. They draw power from whatever you plug them into, so your phone, tablet, laptop, handheld console, or other compatible device means you don't need any batteries. And when I say compatible device, that does mean you need a device that supports USB-C video output. So that's worth checking before you buy. But when it works, it's really simple. Plug them in and away you go. Now, there's one thing to remember, especially if you're using these with a phone or tablet, and that is privacy. The glasses give you your own private viewing experience, yes, but your phone or tablet screen may still stay on. Well, it will stay on. I mean, you can adjust the brightness or whatever, but you know what? It will be on. So if you're sitting in a public space watching something, just remember that people around you may still be able to see what's on your actual device's screen. So maybe don't sit on a train watching anything you wouldn't want someone else spotting over your shoulder. I mean, it's common sense, right? But worth mentioning. Now guys, gaming is another obvious use for these. Because you've got that 120 Hz display, games feel smooth, and having a much bigger virtual screen makes handheld gaming feel more cinematic, whether that's from a compatible phone, laptop, handheld console, or games console with the right connection. it gives you a bigger screen experience without needing a monitor or TV. And that's really good because you know why? Like, you know, when you're gaming, you're kind of looking down at the screen and you're not always holding something up like that, which would be more comfortable, but not comfortable to hold. But because these glasses give you like that floating display wherever you're looking, you can actually get pretty relaxed. And another interesting use case is with drone controllers. So some controller setups support USB-C video output, and that can work with glasses like these. And that gives you a very, very immersive flying experience. Now, instead of looking down at your controller screen, you're effectively putting that flying view right in front of your eyes. Now, obviously check compatibility with your specific drone controller and, of course, follow your local flying rules because drone use has its own safety requirements, as we all know. But as an experience, it's a really good fit for AR glasses. It makes flying feel much more involving. And I remember DJI brought out a set of these glasses, the first generation. I put them on. In fact, I bought them and I put them on. And you know what? They were so heavy. And you know what? They were so uncomfortable. It just didn't work for me. But you know what? This type of thing has definitely changed the game. Now guys, when it comes to audio, RayNeo has teamed up with Bang & Olufsen and you've got built-in directional speakers. And to be fair, the built-in audio is better than I expected. For casual watching at home, YouTube or a bit of gaming, I would happily use the built-in speakers. Now, they're not gonna replace a proper set of headphones, but you know what? If you need that, you can still pair some noise cancelling headphones or something like that with your source device. But for normal use, the built-in speakers are absolutely good enough. RayNeo includes modes like whisper mode for more private listening and a surround style mode if you want the audio to feel a bit wider. Now guys, another feature RayNeo is pushing is 3D. Yeah, 3D. Now, using the RayNeo XR app, you can convert standard 2D photos and movies into 3D style experiences using AI. And while I'll be honest, it does do a pretty decent job. If you like that more immersive layered viewing style, do you know what? It's worth trying out. You can take normal content and give it more depth without needing everything to be filmed in proper 3D. Now guys, as with anything like this, they're not perfect for everyone. If you want mixed reality, hand tracking, apps running directly on the handset, or a complete VR style experience, that's not really what these are. They're more focused. They're a wearable display. And when you treat them like that, they make a ton of sense. They're for watching films, gaming, travel, working from a portable screen, and getting a much bigger display from a device you already carry. So guys, there you have it. The RayNeo 4 Pros are seriously impressive. Can't see a thing out of these, by the way. But you know what? They are impressive. And if visual quality is what matters to you, then the HDR10 display is the big headline feature. And it does make a real difference when you're watching the right content. You get a huge virtual screen, 120 Hz refresh rate, strong brightness, accurate colors, Bang & Olufsen audio, and a lightweight sunglasses style design that's comfortable enough to watch a full movie without feeling knackered afterwards. And the extra use case like gaming, travel, and even drone controller compatibility on some setups make them feel much more versatile than just glasses for watching movies. Just remember to check your device compatibility if you're using with a phone or tablet in public. Remember, your actual screen device or your actual device screen may still be visible, but overall, if you want a portable private display with proper HDR visuals, the RayNeo Air 4 Pros are genuinely impressive. And guys, at the time of this video going live, you can pick these up for around £250, which, when you compare these highly spec glasses to others, it's a steal. I'll also leave any links and any further discounts in the description. And guys, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below. And if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does make a difference. And if you'd like to see more of my content, then please subscribe and click on the bell icon so you can be notified of new videos. Thanks to you guys for watching, and thanks to RayNeo for sending me these cool AR glasses to review. I'm Dave with Scenes Through a Lens, and I will see you the next time. Bye for now.